Today on VOX, we have information on the 41st President, the Global Carbon Project, and more. Taylor Lawson will have your local weather, and Aaron Carroll will have your sports.
It's Thursday, December 6, 2018. You're watching VOX News Today.
Please stand for the pledge of the flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good afternoon and welcome back. I'm Jay Standridge.
And I'm Gideon Ratcliffe in place of Mary Beth Mangrum.
One mother is desperately searching for the car her family depends on. Single mother of three, Jessica Oettinger, owns this 2007 GT G6 Pontiac. She says she hasn't seen it since Sunday, November 25th. Jessica says her newborn was diagnosed with RSV and was struggling to breathe. She says she rushed her youngest child to the Erlanger Child's Hospital, parking in the garage on the second floor, and that was the last time she saw her car. Jessica says she hopes the person who took it needed it far more than her and her three kids will.
Two former bank tellers have pleaded guilty to stealing over $1.6 million from their employer. Media outlets report 6-year-old Vicky Martin of Buckhead and 42-year-old Brandy of Eaton pleaded guilty Tuesday to one count of conspiracy to defraud a financial institution. Both women worked as tellers as the People's Bank in Eaton from April 2014 to March 2016. Authorities say they took cash from the teller drawers and, in Mize's case, directly from the vault.
Following a moving state and funeral in Washington, D.C. yesterday, the body of former President George H.W. Bush made its way back to Houston, where the loved ones will hold a private, more intimate service this morning. Kristen Holmes is live in College Station, where he will be buried this afternoon.
Good morning. Former President George H.W. Bush currently lies in repose in a church in Houston, Texas. One last chance for members of the public to say goodbye to the 41st president before he's brought here to College Station, his final resting place.
President George H.W. Bush returning home to Texas. Overnight, crowds gathering at St. Martin's Church in Houston to say a final farewell to the political icon before he's taken to his final resting place next to his beloved wife Barbara and daughter Robin. World leaders past and present gathering at the National Cathedral in Washington Wednesday, a funeral fit for political royalty, celebrating the life of the 41st president. As a leader,
he was our shield in danger's hour.
Friend,
the most decent and honorable person I ever met was my friend George Bush.
And father.
The best father a son or daughter could have. And in our grief, let us smile knowing that Dad is hugging Robin and holding Mom's hand again.
President George H.W. Bush died Friday at the age of 94. Known for his modesty, he served the United States as a naval pilot, congressman, CIA director, special envoy, vice president, and commander-in-chief. Bush will be buried at his presidential library in College Station, Texas, after a small private ceremony in Houston.
And during that private ceremony, we are expecting to hear from former Secretary of State James Baker, a close friend of the former presidents, as well as H.W.'s grandson, George P. Bush. Reporting in College Station, Texas, I'm Kristen Holmes. Back to you.
Rescuers are still searching for 5 of 7 U.S. crew members after a mid-air collision of 2 U.S. planes off the coast of Japan. U.S. officials say the KC-130 and FA-18 crashed during a training mission just after 1:30 a.m. Thursday local time. It's believed 5 crew on board the KC-130 and 2 of the FA-18 at the time of the crash. The Japanese military says one of its helicopters rescued one of the missing Marines about 4 hours later. That Marine is said to be in fair condition. The Japanese military says found a second Marine with one of its ships just after noon local time. That Marine has since been taken to the hospital. No word on his or her condition. Rescue teams are battling bad weather in the area.
The meetings in Poland come just as a sobering report warns the worldwide carbon emissions will hit an all-time high this year. The Global Carbon Project says the emissions, which were blamed for global warming, are expected to rise by 2.7% this year. The project blames the increasing use of coal for the most of the increase, as well as emissions from transportation.
An underwater snowstorm. That's how a veteran marine biologist describes the annual event when the coral on the Great Barrier Reef begins to spawn.
The coral spawning is always magical, and it was great to see all these egg sperm bundles coming off these corals.
This year, scientists are on the scene, scooping coral spawn. It's an experimental effort to save this natural wonder of the world from the ravages of climate change. A pilot breeding project aimed at increasing the fertility of coral.
The baby corals are going into big floating larval pools on the reef system, so it's really exciting that we can go from these ideas of capturing coral spawn at small scale and starting to scale it up to much larger areas, many more pools, and literally millions of larvae being developed on the reef.
Off the coast of Australia, the Great Barrier Reef is a sprawling marine habitat that's larger than Italy. But it's in trouble. In the summer of 2016, vast amounts of coral suddenly started bleaching, turning bone white.
What we saw in 2016 and 2017, the marine heat waves that led to coral bleaching and the death of coral, was like nothing we've ever seen before.
Scientists estimate the record warm temperatures killed more than half of the coral in the Great Barrier Reef in just 2 years. CNN traveled to Australia last June to look at a government effort to pump hundreds of millions of dollars into projects to help save one of the country's largest tourist attractions. With temperatures milder in early 2018, there were signs of recovery.
But we did see little ones regenerating back, yeah.
At the tips of some of the dead coral,
yeah,
these little spots of color,
yeah,
right?
And they'll grow again, as long as they're not bleached again.
But with the Australian summer fast approaching, meteorologists are issuing ominous warnings. A heat wave in the nearby state of Queensland has already contributed to raging bushfires, and scientists fear marine heat waves will likely follow.
When we think about forecasting the weather for the Great Barrier Reef, the climate of the entire planet and the Great Barrier Reef has already changed, and it is still changing. And so it's getting harder for scientists to be confident about predictions of the future. We're entering into uncharted territory. Almost every year is warmer than usual, and in fact that's becoming the new normal.
That's why Professor Peter Harrison's breeding project targets heat-resistant coral.
These corals that have survived the last 2 bleaching events we know are heat tolerant, and therefore they're the ones that we really need to be capturing the spawn from, because they'll provide larvae that gives us a fighting chance to try and overcome the problems of increasing sea temperatures and mass bleaching events.
It's an ambitious effort to save a marine habitat. But given the scale of the challenge, for now, it's just a drop in the ocean. Ivan Watson, CNN.
Today in entertainment news, 2 big award shows found a host, an iconic filmmaker is being honored, and a bunch of classic movies are returning to the big screen. David Daniel has all that in the Hollywood Minute.
Hosts everywhere. A pair of Golden Globe winners, actress Sandra Oh and actor Andy Samberg, have been tapped as this year's host of the Golden Globe Awards, January 6th in Beverly Hills. That announcement came hours after the news that Kevin Hart will host the 91st Academy Awards, taking place February 24th. Speaking of awards, Black Klansman director Spike Lee is assured of at least one honor this season, the Career Achievement Award from the Palm Springs International Film Festival. The veteran filmmaker is set to be honored at the festival's gala on January 3rd.
We must be over the rainbow.
Classic movie fans will be over the rainbow. More than a dozen famous films from various eras are returning to theaters in 2019 as part of the 4th annual TCM Big Screen Classics series. That includes The Wizard of Oz in January, To Kill a Mockingbird with Gregory Peck in March, and True Grit with John Wayne in May. Oscar winners all. Tickets are available beginning Friday at fathomevents.com. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Now let's send it over to Taylor with your weather report.
We're going to shake it up with your weather after this break.
Life happens. Whether it's car trouble, medical bills, or other expenses, Check Into Cash has a new flexible loan solution. Introducing the Flex Loan. The Flex Loan is an open line of credit. You control how much you borrow with flexible payment options. If you need a payday advance, we offer those too, because true flexibility is the ability to choose. For life's little emergencies, we're your one-stop money shop.
What you say? That you only meant well, 'cause you did. What you say? That it's all for the best, 'cause it is.
Where's Tommy?
I thought he was with you.
No.
Jack.
Tommy?
Go get him.
Don't stop. Keep playing. Here we go. Here's the fun part.
Did you do this?
Great job.
Encouragement. Pass it on. A message from the Foundation for a Better Life.
Oh, that is awful. Oh, no way. That is not happening.
Welcome back, Bradley Central. Let's take a look at your local and national radars. In the Cleveland area, we do not have anything, but I would be expecting some wintry mixes through the weekend. And into our national radar, we do have a lot going on around the nation. In California, we have just a little bit of that storm left that I was talking about yesterday. And in the north, we do have a bit of snow. It's very different in Alaska now, though. The Anchorage School District is working around the clock trying to get students back to class after Friday's earthquake. Kulindo Kendall has a story.
Going to have students return to school on December 10th.
Taking a look at the aftermath.
Time, and we want to do it the right, best way, safe way.
As crews step inside Anchorage schools, such as Bartlett High School, where repairs and cleanups are underway.
Again, what we're trying to do is to get them through the phases.
The district says each school is tagged green, amber, or red for safety levels.
Before we can declare a school safe, or green, if you will, for reentry. So the first is that the building is basically cleared of any debris or potential falling hazard by our operations staff. We don't want folks going into buildings where you have items that are dangling from ceilings and where there's large pools of standing water. You know, we really triage buildings for those buildings that demonstrated some potential risk of structural compromise. Actually, that we have a functioning sprinkler system and functioning fire alarms.
ASD says the focus is safety before getting students back in the classroom.
The school district said even if a school is not ready to open by December 10th, alternative locations will be available. Let's take a look at our 7-day forecast. Today and tomorrow it'll be partly cloudy outside with highs of 46 and lows of 33 and 35. Into the weekend and on Monday, we'll have that wintry mix with highs of 41 and lows of 37, 35, and 30. On Tuesday and Wednesday, it'll be partly cloudy outside once again with highs of 45 and 48 and lows of 31 and 32. That's all from me. Now let's send it over to Aaron with your scores from last night.
NBA scores play the day with a slam dunk and more after this break.
I honestly thought you were so.
What are we looking at? Formaldehyde, acrolein, nitrobenzene. This actually has over 7,000 chemicals. Don't get me started on what they do to you. Prematurely wrinkled skin, stunted lung growth,
Mr. Essler.
tooth loss, cancer.
Mr. Essler.
Hang on.
If cigarettes looked as dangerous as they are, you'd run like hell. Find out the real cost of tobacco.
Mom, when is Daddy coming home?
Daddy misses us too, honey.
He called her on the road.
Hi, honey.
From a lonely, cold hotel room, just to hear her say, I love you one more time. A little
She's right
voice
here.
came on the phone. He said,
Dad,
Daddy,
when
when
are
you
you gonna
come
come
home? He said the first thing that came to his mind,
I'm already there.
I'm already there. Take a look around. I'm the sunshine in your hair. I'm the shadow on the ground. I'm the whisper in the wind. I'm your imaginary friend. And I know I'm in your prayers. Oh, I'm already there.
Hey, buddy.
Being there. Pass it on. A message from the Foundation for a Better Life.
Welcome back. Now let's take a look at your NBA scores. All right, for our scores today, we got the Raptors and the 76ers, with the Raptors coming on top. We got the Pistons and what's supposed to be the Bucks coming on top on that game. We got the Timberwolves and the Hornets. And for our highlighted game, we got the Lakers and the Spurs, with the final score being 121 and 113. Here are the highlights.
Could move upwards in the Western Conference, right now sitting in fifth. It's going to be an interesting matchup, Mark, with the length of Ingram on DeRozan. James with the rolling hook off glass. He touched on it. Not only the length of Ingram. 10 on the shot clock. Here's Aldridge. He takes more shots than anybody on the roster in the first quarter, and he cashes in there.
But the pressure's on Rudy Gay to also add something to them offensively.
Here's Gay with the mid-range and knocks down his second field goal of the ball game.
I love when it works out like that.
11 hours a lot, right?
That's a good point.
James kicks it out to Ball for three. This one falls. Both guarding Mills. White kicks it out. Bertans has his third three ball of the night. And Luke Walton calls timeout as the Spurs begin the second. East Coast, unlike you, Mark, and I stay up a lot late into the night, early morning watching the Kings. They have a young, exciting team. They're doing some pretty good things out there. They got off to a great start. as Aldridge hits the mid-range turnaround, forcing Walton to call timeout.
Well, he's being defended by either McGee or Chandler. Both guys with length and very good athletes, and making them fight for points.
LeBron with a mid-range jump shot, and Popovich calls a timeout.
Leading sometimes as simple as substitution. 13-6 run since LeBron entered back into this ballgame.
Takes it strong and long, LeBron.
Welcome back. Now for the play of the day. Duke all over visiting Hartford. Zion Williamson comes up with the steal. He tosses it off the backboard to R.J. Barrett for the alley-oop slam. Check out the replay as Duke's superstar freshmen hook up for tonight's play of the day. That's all for me. Now let's take a look at your school announcements after this break.
Smoking as a teen can permanently stunt your lungs, taking the air out of even the biggest and baddest.
Whoa, dude. You thinking what I'm thinking? Yo, I'm gonna cut the gap. Yeah. Dude, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it. Going in.
Integrity. Pass it on.
Save the date.
A message from the Foundation for a Better Life.
CRCC to me is a calling that God placed on my life to really step out in faith on something that I didn't think I could do, and it's been amazing to see how God's worked through it.
CRCC stands for Crossroads Community Church, but we're a church that our vision is to be a life-giving church in our community. We do that through helping people know God, find freedom, discover their purpose, and then go make a difference. And so that's what we're doing every week, is helping people discover their jam and go make a difference.
Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountain majesty, above the fruited land of America. God shed His grace on me, and crown Thy good with other, from sea to shining sea, from sea to shining sea.
One thing to love about the Tennessee Valley is Bradley Central Show Choir, Vocal Motion. The other thing to love is the local Geico office on Lee Highway.
You could save a lot. Oh, you can save a lot. Oh, you can save a lot. But how do you know? Unless you call 894-2600.
Got a car? Got a boat? Got a home?
Get a quote.
Jesse's window.
Correction, dude. You broke. I just threw the ball.
This is really bad. What are we gonna do?
We? Go to the door and ask for the ball back.
Are you serious?
It's my ball, Myrtleback.
You're so dead. I'd run away.
Yeah, to Uruguay.
Kiss your life goodbye. Sorry.
Let's go. See you, dude. See ya. Remember me and your well.
Nice one. Some friends you are.
Hi. Tell him it was an accident. And we can fix the window. Come on. I'll come with you.
Loyalty. Pass it on.
You go first.
A message from the Foundation for a Better Life.
Welcome back, Bradley Central. Let's take a look at our school announcements.
Testing continues today with Math 1, 2, and 3. Part 1 followed by Part 2 tomorrow. Good luck with those who are testing.
There are 16 days until Christmas break. Hang in there, Bradley Central. We are online on YouTube at BCHS VOX News.
You can also check us out on Facebook, SchoolTube, and of course, VoxNews.net.
Just can't get enough of Vox.
That's all we have for you today, Bradley Central.
And as always,
God bless and go Bears!